Hi, Scott Whitley here, hope you're doing well, and welcome to the Slap Bass Lick Library. In this new lick, we're going to look at a Victor Wooten-style open-hammer-pluck, to quote what he calls it, run. And what we're doing is essentially a major scale, harmonized. Okay, I'm just going to play that for you, don't worry about taking this in right now if you don't know it already. So that's essentially what we're playing, but using this kind of fancy technique and a little bit of frills and magic around it, if you like. So let me show you first of all what this open hammer pluck thing is all about. Okay, we slap an open string. In this case, it's the D string. All right, and then hammer on to the 5th fret on the same string. So you get this. In one slap, you get 2 notes. Okay. And then we pull a note on the G string in this case, and you could, you can use it in different ways. You can do it with octaves, and stuff. But we're going to do the 4th fret on the G string. Okay, so let's start from scratch again. Open D slapped, hammered on to the 5th fret, hold that, and then pull the 4th fret on the G string. All right. So you get 3 notes with one. That was really Lancashire. 3 notes. 3 notes with 1 down and up motion, okay? Alright? And not only that, because we're holding both these notes, you get a nice little chord, you get a little double stop thing there. Okay, you could play them separate. But in this case, going for that kind of chordal sound. Okay. So let's just try that a few times with the drum machine. If you haven't got it down, just kind of pause the video for a minute just to get that together. And let me get a drum rhythm going. I'll turn that down so it's just... I'll turn it up a bit again. Here we go. Just a note, I'm holding that all the time. Okay, that's never coming off that first finger. Just this that's moving. One more time. And now what we'll do, we'll try playing that kind of in a loop, so we get this kind of 3 against 4 thing. It's very slow, and that's intentional at this stage. Here we go. 3, 4. So open hammer pluck, open hammer pluck, open hammer. Time. Okay, and we'll try doubling that up now if you can. If not, just take a little time to build up speed on your own. So here we go. Anyone want to try double that? Let's have a go. So that might take some time to build up to. So as usual, what I recommend doing is with your own metronome or drum machine or metronome app or drum machine app, just build up the speed gradually, okay? Just start dead slow, and it takes time to get, but it's I always say this, it's a very good discipline to practice slowly, always with a drum machine, and build it up gradually, because by the time you get it to full speed, it's going to sound incredible, okay? So, what's the deal with this, because I was doing a little bit more than that, as I went up and down the neck, okay? So, I was doing this. Okay. That's the motion I was doing all the way up the neck. So let's talk about what is going on there. Okay, so we start with the open hammer plug. Alright, and then do an open hammer plug in the same position, but switch out everything we do on the D string to the A string. Okay, so we get this for the second half. Open A, hammer onto the 5th fret, and pull that same 4th fret on the G string. That just doesn't come off while we're in that position, okay? So it's open D, hammered onto the 5th fret on the same string, pull the 4th fret on the G string, and then the same thing but open A to the 5th fret on the same string, and pull the 4th fret on the G string, which sounds like this. Alright, let's try that with the drum machine. 3, 4. Ah! Time. And one more time. It seems I can't say one more time and complete playing that at the same time. So there we go. Let's add the final bit of the kind of the movement that we're using throughout this lick, okay? So we've got, and the last two notes are an open D slapped and hammered on. Okay, so we get this. Yeah, that gives us 8, doesn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That gives us 8 notes altogether, which fits really nicely, you know, against the kind of 2 and 4 time that we're using, you know. Yeah, okay. So run that slowly one more time. So it's open hammer on the D, pull that 4th fret on the G string, do the A one, the open A and hammer on to the 5th, pull that, and then finish off with an open D and a 5th. Try that with the drum machine. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so yeah, it's giving us enough to fill in that whole bar. So what we're going to do now is just keep that going in a loop. Okay, so no count in between, just straight into the next one. Still all on that G. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I mean, this is quite a good thing for kind of really practicing your accuracy with your thumb, and also for getting your kind of damping techniques. So for example, it's really easy to hit, you know, both those strings at the same time. But the get out is, if you do that, if that happens, when you fret the note, you can actually shut the other string up. Check it out. Okay. And so even if you're not that accurate with the slap, if you kind of miss slap. I met her once. Anyway, what I'm doing is when I hammer on, right? I'm kind of with the tip of this finger, I'm touching this string when I hammer onto the D. So what happens is that A string, that's the A string, and when I do it in slow motion, when I hammer on, it touches and stops the A string, and the same the other way around. When I hammer on to the A string, if the D happens to be ringing, I use the fleshy part to make sure I just touch the string underneath. So, you know, so if you're getting ringing strings, that's the thing. And I'm also using my thumb to kind of keep the E string under control just by touching over the top there. Okay, but whatever works. You know, you might have your own kind of damping techniques. So let's look at the rest of the lick. Essentially, like I say, this is a harmonized G major scale, and we just do that we've done on each note, harmonized note of the major scale. So let's just look at what it is. What I'll do actually is I'll just take you through each movement. And then obviously you can take the time to kind of really learn that and keep rewinding yourself. So here we go. So we've done the G, which I'm calling the 1. So as soon as you do that open and hammer on, we go to position 2 or note 2, all right? Which is that. Now what's going to happen there is it's the same deal. We do an open D, but this time we hammer on to the 7th fret, note 2, and this time the first finger is on the 5th fret of the G string, okay? And the same deal, we do the same thing, but we move the open string to the A, hammer on to the 7th fret on the A this time. That first finger stays where it is, and then we do another open D to the 7th fret. Let me show you that. Here we go. Did I miss fretting there? Or miss slapping again. So far we've got Let's try that with the drum machine. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the next one we've got is we move that whole deal with these two fingers up kind of 2 frets. So we've got the ring finger there on the 9th fret, first finger on the 7th fret on the G string, and it's always that open D. Okay, so open D, hammered on to the 9th this time, and then you pull the 7th on the G string. And then the same deal, drop that down to the A, open A, hammer onto the 9th, and then pull that 7th fret on the G string. That stays there again. finish off with an open D to the 9th. Alright? And then we go up, that moves to the 4, this is the 4 chord, so we've done 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 4 chord in G major, and it is a major, okay, so these have been minors. And this is a major again now. 1, 4, 5 are always major in a major key. So here we go. It's the same deal. We go. This is like the first one where the fingers are like that. Okay. All right. So it's open D, hammered onto the 10th fret, pull the 9th on the G string, and then the same kind of principle. Open A, hammered onto the 10th on the A, and then pull the 9th on the G. So we get, and then again finish off with an open D hammered onto the 10th. So we get this. Okay. Then we go to that thing moves up to the 5 chord, which is those 2 frets. 12th fret you're dealing with that finger, middle finger on the D string, and the 11th fret with your first finger on the G. Okay. Same deal, open D, hammered onto the 12th, pull the 11th on the G string, move that down onto the, that stays there, remember that, and then open A, hammered onto the 12th, pull that 11th on the G again, finish off with an open D, hammered onto the 12th. So again, okay. And now we move up to chord 6, or note 6, of the G major scale. It's a minor again, so we've got these 2 frets covered this time. Okay, so that's, let's see, open D hammered onto the 14th fret. Alright, and then pull the 12th on the G string. So open D, hammered onto the 14th. Pull the 12th on the G string, move that down, so it's open A, 14th on the A, hammered on, pull that 12th on the G string. Okay, and then again finish off with an open D to the 14th. So we've got this. Chord 7, the final one before we reach the octave. Chord 7 is a minor 7 flat 5, okay, so things switch up a little bit here. So we have, it's a minor, so basically these fingers move to there. So we've got open D to the, what's that for? 16th, on D to the 16th, and then you pull the 14th on the G string, okay. But here's where things mix up, because it's not it's got a flat 5. So instead of going, right, we go. So what I'm doing is I'm using this finger for that fret and this finger for that fret. So let me just talk you through that. So it's open D to the what did we say? That was 16th. Pull the 14th on the G, then open A to the 15th, and then pull that open. Sorry, pull that 14th on the G. So okay, and then finish off with an open D hammered on to the 16th. So okay, it's really important to get that flat 5 in there, okay? If you don't know what I mean, just trust me. And then, I will talk about that in another lesson. We reach the octave, okay, G. And here, you can kind of do what you like. What I was doing is something like this. I think I was playing an open D, hammered on to the, what is it, 14, 15, 17, is it? 12, I get mixed up here. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17th. Yeah. So open D to the 17th. Okay, and then pull the 16th on the G string. Okay. Just going to let you into a little secret. I tend to think of these frets as the same as this, just in my head. I'll think of that as the 5th fret. I know it sounds insane. And that as the 7th and the 9th. And so that I'm kind of just taking this octave and just kind of applying it to that. It's just mentally how I kind of get my way around those notes. Okay, but there you go. So now I've done that, I've completely forgotten where I was in terms of, so it's open D, onto the 17th we called it, yeah, that's right. And then you pull the 16th on the G, and then I think I just did, just slap, you can slap that note again, just keep it on, yeah. So that last slap there was the 17th on the D string, and then I just let go of the G and pulled it open, so you get kind of a you know, the starting note really. You could even do this if you can get there in time. So that's the 17th on the A string, and then pull the G. So it's kind of like going, but like much easier to get to quickly because it's just there, you know. And you can hold that because it's a 5th, you know. And that's it. So let me play the whole thing through slowly for you with a drum machine. If you want to, I'm going to do it like kind of half time, or is it in quarter time? Yeah, like quarter time, I think so. I don't know. Not half that actually. So here we go. This is very hard. Actually really hard to play at that sort of tempo, which is good, you know, that's a good discipline. So I'm going to double that up now. That's the full thing. Like you can double that up, you know. 1, 2, 3. Bit ropey on the end there. So there you go. That's the entire lick. Have fun. Remember to build your speed up slowly. You know, really take your time. And let me know your thoughts on this lick in the comments below. If you are enjoying these lessons, please don't forget to subscribe, and you can hop over to patreon.com/Scott Whitley. You can support my work on YouTube there. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Cheers.